You want a gumball?
No, and I also don't want you to have a gumball.
Why? I don't understand.
Why do I have to explain?
What is wrong with chewing gum on a podcast?
It is literally the worst thing you could possibly do.
No. Athletes chew gum all the time.
That's a perfect segue. Thanks, Dan. So today we're going to talk about literally, which literally no longer means literally.
It doesn't?
No.
I can literally chew on one of these gumballs?
No. You can figuratively chew on one of those gumballs.
I can finger what?
Figuratively.
Yeah, I'll finger this gumball right in my mouth.
Gross.
Check that out. Oh, are we sure these aren't jawbreakers?
Are you sure your toes aren't the only things that are broken?
Oh, my God.
Oh, comeuppance is a dish best served ice cold or rock hard, as the case may be.
I don't know if I can do this with half my mouth swollen.
Also, I don't think you should be serving anything rock hard.
I'm 50. You don't have to worry about that. I'm almost 50. There's still 4 in my. Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
No, it's not gonna work. And you know, if only we could turn back time to find out if there was anybody that let you know that it might not be the best decision.
Damn you, Double Bubba. I guess it's Double Bubba.
So it was hard and gross?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, those are the ones
if I
you
had
refill.
a nickel, you know what I mean?
No, I don't. Those are the ones that fill up the gumball machines. Oh, and if you had a nickel, you could get one out and break your jaw.
This is very literally the worst start to an episode we've ever had.
I blame you.
Well, blame me all you want. Let's get into this thing.
All right, I'm Dan.
I'm Matt.
This is literally Hang Out with Your Slangout.
Literally the worst podcast ever.
All right. Why'd we pick literally?
Because it has a definition, and that definition has been issued for whatever definition has been decided upon now.
I can already tell we're literally going to kill this word because it gets used literally too much.
That is literally accurate. However, literally, sadly, will never be killed because nobody cares anymore. Just nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares.
So we've heard from a fan or two that they can't not stand this word that we should do literally. But then I listened back to some of our podcasts and how often we use it. We don't use it like 3 times in one sentence, but it does pop up once or twice in an episode. And I'm like, shit, we're even, we're doing it too.
No, it's become so ingrained in the American vernacular that like everybody, whether you want to or not, you have used it at some point or another, and you will continue to use it. There is no killing this.
You don't think so?
There is no amount of garlic around the neck that you can place to ward it off. There's nothing. No silver bullets.
Well, if there was some actor,
this thing will not die.
There was some actor or singer out there that had the name literally, we could probably kill it. Because your powers are only growing.
All right. Let it go already.
Every time I bring that up, I got to remember if this is the first podcast somebody listens to, that you guys need to know that every now and then we mention a celebrity.
No, I don't think we need to mention that every episode.
And then they die. Well, when I make a joke about you killing people, I guess we got to cover our bases, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair. Legally, not actually killing anybody.
Literally, we have to cover our bases. I love I brought up Urban Dictionary just so we can get it out of the way real quick for what they would think literally means. And I want you to read it because I think the sentence is awesome.
It's very rare that Urban Dictionary makes me laugh out loud, but I did. Literally, who fucking knows anymore? First it meant factual, and now it means fictional. What the fuck, internet? What the fuck?
And I think that's from Matthew Kean.
I do sometimes go by Deathmatch 1127.
He does. That's his cornhole name.
Wrong. The example says wrong and has an arrow pointing to the sentence that he's about to say, just to point out how wrong this is. Oh my God, Jessica, your post literally scared me to death. And then it says, right. And another quote, I literally wrote this post at 3:04 a.m. So I think Deathmatch 1127 brings up an interesting point in that literally and figuratively are literally two different words. And figuratively is the word that everybody's looking for when they're usually saying literally.
Yep. So we've actually already said the word about 40 times, and we're only what, 10 minutes into this?
If that.
God.
That's a literal embarrassment.
Literally. A good way to show that you are a total drama queen, twit. Okay?
At least it said twit.
Yeah. Literally, truthfully actual, not figuratively.
That's just somebody trolling the internet.
Used when not bullshitting or by fake cats pretending not to. His example Are you ready? Are you ready,
I just want
podcast?
to know what fake cats are. Go ahead.
His example is, I literally sucked on those jugs. I hope he's talking about like milk. But
I mean, he sounds cool enough to be talking about milk.
Tomato.
Again, even though you literally believe that works in every situation.
Literally, laterally. Same thing, right?
No.
Okay.
Literally, figuratively.
So do you need to
I've actually used that phrase before. I've said,
yeah,
I literally, figuratively, and then followed it with whatever it was that was the figurative.
That sounds like
expression.
That sounds exactly like something you would do. And maybe have done to me.
Probably.
Yep.
Probably.
And I probably didn't even earn it. You
just
did it.
If you can't tell, even though I use it, this word makes me fill with an anger that I can't quite describe.
He's literally getting angry right now.
It's so cringe.
What's weird, I've noticed, like, if I end up using it in the moment, I don't see it as bad. But then when I hear somebody do it, it annoys the living piss out of me. But yet I am guilty of it too. Not to the degree that I hear certain people do like 3 times in one sentence, but yeah, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah. And, there were some good descriptions in there. That first definition was pretty great.
It's pretty on point, right?
Especially with the wrong quote, because that's literally how everybody's using it. And that time I actually used it correctly for the definition, but it definitely seems like everybody's taking that and following literally with the worst possible thing.
You could have squeezed a literally in front of the following literally. I thought you were going to do it.
No. And they're trying to make it sound like it literally happened.
You want a gumball?
Like I literally shit my pants.
He literally did.
No.
Figuratively
did.
Okay.
No, I do not want a gumball. And even if I did, I would not take one of them from that box.
Holy crap. Yeah, I'm still regretting that.
You know who's not? Your dentist. You just made a lot of extra money.
Yeah. Joke's on you. I haven't seen a dentist in 40 years.
That explains a lot.
Well, I am from the UK.
No, you're not.
Originally. I am too.
Uptown Kingman?
Yep. Hey, that tracks. I had to spell it in my head.
Spell it. You just need to come up with the 2 first letters. What did you need to spell?
It could, but I thought it spelled United Kingdom.
Yes, that's what the UK means.
United Kingdom.
No, Uptown Kingman. Like where Uptown Drug is, which is right down the street from where you grew up. So,
but that's technically not Uptown Kingman.
But Uptown Drug going to give it to you.
Are they? Is that a Bruno Mars thing? Yeah.
I used to say that. This is literally every time we got to that corner, and every time Candace was like, "Can you stop saying that?" Every time we get to that corner,
I literally can't stop myself.
No, I can't, because Uptown Drug going to give it to you.
It'd be better if you do it in the tone, though, and the timing of the song.
Saturday night, we're in the spot. Don't believe it. You just
see now you're doing those weird like
spoken word.
Yeah,
I love spoken word.
Do you?
Yeah, I love taking a song and just talking the words. I wish, and I know that we agree that I have a decent speaking voice, but I really wish that I had a more poetically emphatic voice, because then doing spoken word like that would have so much more depth.
No, you need the right,
like Morgan Freeman reading that song.
Ugh, you just need the right topic.
You know what I'm talking about?
I literally know sploosh. You just need the right topic, man. That deep voice. Your topics should always be like the opposite. They should be like NSYNC songs or some shit like that.
It's tearing up my heart.
You gotta go take it a little slower, and you have to enunciate.
It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you.
You're right. You don't have that. You're trying too hard. You just need.
It's actually more fun to do it that way.
You just need to speak it. You want to try it in an Australian accent?
I do not.
You want me to try it in Australian?
I don't want you to ever try another Australian accent.
I literally could nail that. I could knock that out of the park.
It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. No, see?
Well, you kind of twisted right there, right?
Yeah.
Was that a Connery to...
Took a left turn at Albuquerque or something.
Yeah, it was all right.
That was a mess. But then I somehow righted the ship. It's almost like I fishtailed. Like I hit a patch of grease doing... Came right back into it.
Brought them back in. So I can fix that in post.
Nah, no. That was fun.
I'll just slow down the...
However bad that was still better than every other Australian accent you've done. Oh, sorry. Was literally better than any other Australian accent.
Literally.
Literally is perfect for the Brits. I wouldn't mind it so much if people used it that way, even if they meant figuratively. Like if they said literally every time they... Anything you would say in that accent sounds perfect. Yeah.
Like when they say rubbish, it's the greatest thing in the world. It's so funny. My son was watching Ted Lasso and he hadn't watched the last season. So he just watched all 3. Mm-hmm. And for 2 weeks, he was just all rubbish. That's rubbish. Rubbish. I was like, oh, I love that word. Should use it more often.
Might need to be an episode.
Is it really slang though? It's just garbage.
Wouldn't it be slang for garbage?
No, it's just their word for garbage. Like how boot is the word for this and the boot is the word for that.
I don't think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think you think it's true.
Well, I mean, if someone said rubbish over there, they wouldn't be saying that slang term. That's just what they call garbage. They call it rubbish.
Right. But you're referencing Ted Lasso when, for the most part, when they're using the word rubbish, they're using it as slang the way we would use, oh, that's garbage.
You think so?
Yes.
I literally don't. I literally don't think
you
you're right.
Literally won my own argument for me.
I literally don't think that's what just happened.
I literally think it is.
Have we literally killed this yet?
No.
So why can't we kill words? We kill people all the time.
These words can't die.
Some words can. There's some words we couldn't say right now.
They ain't dead. They're just in places that they probably should be. So that nobody can find them to use them.
I could probably kill this podcast right now.
I did the nobody moved line from Blazing Saddles yesterday at work. It said the whole thing. One of my employees was like, "Did you just hard R it?" I was like, "It's a movie quote. I didn't make this up."
That's rough when there's classics. You can't
even quote them.
Yeah, now it's like, oh.
It's also not fair because I don't fit that demographic.
What? I was going to do it, but I guess I shouldn't. You're not on the spectrum?
We can cut those parts out. Yep. What?
You're not on the spectrum then?
I'm on a spectrum.
Okay. Well, isn't that the polite way to...
Colorful, friendly spectrum.
Yeah, but isn't that the polite way to refer to special needs people?
Yeah, I feel like it is. Well, I don't think that that's entirely what... I don't think it's literally what it means. But literally, that's the way it's used.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in some cases, but I don't know if it's been used to... I don't know, I guess, is the answer to this question. I don't know if that's why people are using it that way or if it's for specific special needs.
Literally got way uncomfortable in it.
Yeah, it did, because I really don't know. And I'm tripping over my own tongue trying to figure out how to say this in a way where it doesn't sound offensive to somebody. So thanks a lot.
Well, I think you have to leave that at the door because somebody will
because we're going to offend everybody.
So everybody will find something to be offended by. Do you remember the first time you ever heard anything being referred to on the spectrum? Because I was like, what?
It hasn't been very long ago. Like, it's a fairly new term.
Yeah, it's I don't know, maybe
last 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5, maybe, but
and yeah, no, I don't know the first time that I heard it, and it's funny because it's taken hold enough where I feel like I've used that more frequently than using special needs, and I don't think that special needs is super insulting. Maybe
I didn't think so either.
Maybe that's unfair for me to say because I also don't fit into that category.
Yeah, I don't have any right to say what is right and what's not.
Right. So, but that one doesn't seem as harsh as some of the words that we have definitely used in the past.
Yeah, so when a demographic decides that don't use that word anymore, it's kind of like, okay. Even though I grew up with that word, even not meaning something.
Which, while we're at it, could everybody stop using cracker?
No, that'll never die. That literally will never die.
Literally?
So that new comedian, Chad Daniels, well, I guess he's not new, but that guy I've been sending you some.
Well, he's new to me.
Yeah. He has a whole thing about the first time someone told him about the spectrum because he didn't know what that was. And it was at his, I think it was at his son or daughter's Christmas concert, like when they were like 10.
Oh, okay.
It's comedy gold, comedy platinum.
See, now you get it.
Yeah, if you will. So, by the way, look that up. Chad Daniels, if you're listening, you want to come on the podcast?
Also, if you're listening, bubble wrap yourself.
No, you won't. He's fine.
Are you saying he's La Cucaracha?
Well, he's literally fine. I mean, he's sexy.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's the last laugh you'll ever hear on this podcast. Hey-o.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not crazy about this word. Well, I'm not crazy about it, but like I said, I use it all the time, so I can't possibly hate it as much as I say I want to hate it.
I almost think that everybody does use it, and then they get.
You know what happens is everybody uses it, the slang version of it now, and then when you use the real version of it, it's lost all meaning. And I think people get frustrated by that. They're like, no, but like really, you shouldn't have to follow up literally with no, but like really.
Well, if you ever watch anybody or listen to somebody who's actually having that conversation and they're using this word as the way it's being used now, they literally stop and they're like, no, I literally had to do this. It's like they're like making the point. Like, it's like on my mom's life, like this is what happened. Like, and usually it's about something that's not literally happening.
My favorite part is when somebody doubles down and they say, I literally can't even. But not only is it figurative, but it's something they absolutely could.
Yeah. That sounds like a Kardashian move right there.
I literally can't even listen to you right now. First of all, figuratively. Second of all, yes, you can. Keep listening. Also, tell your friends. Hang out with your slang out.
Literally tell your friends.
Yes. Don't figuratively tell them. Literally tell them.
I feel like we should start some new merch, and if we just put literally on the shirt, that's all we got to do. I don't even know if we have to put a hashtag. We just put literally on there. Literally hang out with your slang out.
Or that could get
hang out with your slang out. Literally,
that could get messy.
Well, especially because we were going to put the slang out part down the pant leg of the sweats, right?
We should put the logo and then best podcast ever, and then on the back put literally.
Literally. Okay, we can make that work. So we'll be taking donations for our next merch.
You don't take donations; you sell merch.
I literally take donations so we can make the merch.
No, you pre-sell the merch and then you make the merch and send it.
Is that what we would do? What would you guys prefer? You want to pre-sell it, or you want to just give me money?
There is literally only one answer that would make any sense.
Yeah, we'll just give you money, Dan.
That is not the answer.
Yeah. If we really took this seriously, we would already have the Hoso.
Now, you want to know how you could get donations? Let's do some video of you trying to eat that gum.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
It'll be donations for your dental bill, but it'll be donations nonetheless.
Not expecting to lose a molar on that, but
There was one time where I had a box of Whoppers like that, and same thing. They had probably been sitting too long, and I
really a
took
Whopper.
a bite and I'm like, whoa, that is not a Whopper.
That seems like something you would leave your Whoppers out just so, like you do with your cheese balls.
No, I don't stale my Whoppers.
Oh, you don't steal cheese balls either. There's Cheetos,
puffs.
right?
Cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs. I could go for some cheese puffs.
Give me some cheesy poofs.
Literally. Oh, South Park.
Yes, it was literally South Park.
Yeah. You got to remember our little shtick here whenever
It's your shtick.
when you quote it.
It's your shtick. Especially when it's South Park, because I don't really like South Park.
Why is it my shtick?
So,
Because I thought of it was super clever, and now the audience expects us to
over-explain what we're talking about?
Yes.
Probably.
I will take it. And it all started with Back to the Future.
Back to the Future almost makes sense, though. Just
It
because
literally almost makes sense.
Okay, over the topper.
That movie is literally underrated.
Is it?
Over the top?
I don't know that it's underrated. I think you're...
I actually love that movie, and
everybody does. That's my point. Is I think that you're underrating the people that are rating the movie. I think that they all think it's amazing. I'm pretty sure when we first started talking about Sandlot, you said that it was literally the best baseball movie ever.
It is.
That's figurative.
Why?
Because it's not.
Give me one baseball movie that's better than The Sandlot.
Just one?
That has kids in it.
Just one?
Mm-hmm.
Field of Dreams.
Has kids in it?
Yeah, it has his kid. His kid's in the movie.
Okay. Without using Field of Dreams, because that's like saying the Bible. It's just everybody's going to say Field of Dreams.
Okay.
Because that's technically considered probably the best baseball movie ever, right?
Sure. With kids in it?
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year.
Oh my God. That is not even remotely. No. Rookie of the Year is awful.
What's the one with the monkey?
Was it Jack? What was that one called?
This is how bad I think The Sandlot is. I'm trying to come up with the name for a
One with
movie
Matt
I don't
LeBlanc in
remember.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when they were all starting to do the Friends cast were starting to do their movies, and that was the one he came out of the gates with. I'm like, oh my God, man.
Oh, I got it. Ready?
All right.
Bad News Bears.
That's not baseball. It's hockey.
That's the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, that's right. Bad News Bears is the... You know what? I don't know if I ever even saw Bad News Bears.
Were you prohibited from watching anything with Walter Matthau?
I bet I saw it like on TV once because it was probably shown on TV. I just didn't pay attention to it. I don't think I've ever sat through and actually watched it. So,
Maybe you should. Maybe you should.
So I could literally be wrong about The Sandlot?
You're literally wrong about most things.
Hmm?
I said most, so literal is accurate.
I think most of our listeners would back me up on The Sandlot, though. It's beloved.
They probably would because they they backed you up on everything else that you said was wrong.
All right, literally. I don't even know where to go with literally. It's kind of like, I would say it's self-explanatory, but it kind of isn't. And even if it was, nobody understands that, right?
It is literally self-explanatory if only people would literally use the dictionary to understand what it meant. Yeah, I don't know. I just, sometimes I feel like I literally can't even with this word.
I literally think you can even.
You're probably right.
I think if you put your mind to it, you can do anything.
Accept the definition that this word has come to mean.
Do you think we could kill this word?
No, I don't. You asked that already. I don't think so. This one's unkillable.
So we should just bend to the power of it?
Like, no, it's not that, but it's being used just to overemphasize something, right? And everybody wants to have a word to overemphasize something. The only thing that's frustrating about this is it's a word that very literally means the opposite of literally, or the slang literally.
It's better than them saying on God.
It is better than that.
Because we barely got through that episode. Whew.
But at least I had a cool tile.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it won't go anywhere. I'm trying to think of other ones. Like, I thought Rad was gone and it's back. So
Is it officially back?
sure, we had an episode about it, so it's back.
Okay. So we're going to have to do that one again then.
Well, I mean, once the kids start telling us how many other kids are using it.
Do we talk to a lot of kids?
I don't know.
I only talk to 2 kids now. And they're both yours.
Oh. What else?
I barely talk to them too. So
Bougie probably won't die, and I hate that word so much.
I've heard from a handful of people that was one of their favorite episodes was Bougie.
Because of our hate?
I don't know. My wife works with somebody, and I don't know if that was the first or second episode she listened to, but she said she was laughing through the whole thing, which I thought was kind of cool.
She's probably laughing, saying, "These fucking idiots, they're so dumb."
Hey,
and she's right.
We got the stream.
If the glove fits,
yep,
you can't acquit.
OJ.
Well, paraphrased OJ.
Murderer.
Come on.
What?
That's opinion.
Oh my God.
If it was fact, he would have been put to the death penalty.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, because the world is dumb.
I'm just saying.
The world is literally dumb.
Yes, that's the accurate use for the word literally.
And literally in front of everything.
Do you have some ways that literally has been used to you that drive you absolutely nuts? And don't say all of them. That makes this conversation a lot less boring, exciting.
It's usually if you hear like a conversation between more than likely a teenager and they would say it 3 times in the same sentence.
See, I don't even know if I hate the multiple use as much as I hate things like, I literally died or literally scared me to death or something
Gotcha.
like that.
Okay.
It's like, but it didn't. You're currently you're holding this conversation now in front of me. So it's very much not literally.
So this is literally one of the best episodes of our podcast ever.
Based on the slang term, yeah. It is absolutely figuratively one of the best episodes of our podcast ever.
Well, I always like ending things on a good note like that, right?
So do I. C major.
No, D minor.
All right, fine.
I like it deep.
Gross. Cut that out.
What are you talking about? Why'd you make that dirty?
Because of the way you said it.
That's the way I always talk.
That's not the way you always talk.
It's not.
How long do you think you can keep that up?
As long as we need to.
Good. I got another hour and a half in me. Let's keep talking. What do you got to say?
I can barely breathe.
Yeah, I know.
Duncan Cheek.
That's not Duncan Cheek.
Barely breathing.
That's Duncan Cheek.
There we go.
And it's I am barely breathing.
No, the song's just called Barely Breathing.
Yes, but you said a line like a full phrase.
Oh my God. Duncan, give me a call. We'll get this guy sorted out.
Trying to kill him now too.
What's he done?
He had a very successful Broadway play.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's literally false.
No, it's not.
What?
Look it up.
On off-Broadway?
I don't think so. I think it was on Broadway. Well, there's another literally moment because there's like 3 things on Broadway.
Either way, I'm barely breathing. Which it sounds like I'm giving this guy shit. I actually like that song. I thought that was a good song.
He has composed music for motion pictures and Broadway musicals, winning the 2007 Tony Awards for Best Original Score and Best Orchestrations for his work on the musical Spring Awakening.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Tony Award winning.
Yeah, that's actually
multiple Tony Award winning.
That's pretty legit. So if I came off like I was giving him shit, I am sorry. I apologize to Duncan Cheek. Please don't die. That ought to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that should do.
Well, I'm glad he actually turned something around with that career because like his first album and stuff. I mean, he's technically a one-hit wonder, I think, but he was talented.
He was, but well, I mean, I had the album. The album was a good album. Just nobody listened to it except me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good.
'Cause I am barely breathing. And I can't find the air. Don't know who I'm kidding. Imagine you care.
That's nice. That's real nice.
And I could stand here waiting. A fool for another day. I would say that's you, a fool for another day. So where were we? Were we ending this?
We were trying.
We were literally trying to end this episode.
I was literally trying. You were figuratively trying.
So what do you prefer, figuratively or literally?
The reason that literally is used is because people can't pronounce figuratively.
Proof of point. We both effed it up.
Yeah. We literally both effed it up.
All right, then we should literally end this episode because of all the fun we've had and all the correctness and non-correctness, right?
Sure.
What's your name again?
I'm literally Matt.
Okay, I'm illiterate Dan.
You sure are.
And this is our lovely podcast. Hang out
with your...
We don't know the rest of the name of that?
I literally don't.
No, you literally came up with it.
What was that?
You literally came up with the name of the episode.
Sounds to me like I'm the ideas man.
Shit. Yeah, this episode sucks.
This episode is literally the best episode ever.
No, screw it. I'm out.
Now that we're alone, let's talk about the difference between literally and figuratively. Literally means when something actually is true. So you cannot say I literally died unless you are a ghost. Figuratively, however, means did not actually happen. It's sort of like a romanticizing of what happened, much as you would do with a voice like this. So figuratively, you may have died. I literally hate you. Again, that is where figuratively would fit in properly. We all know that Dan does not literally hate me. Otherwise, I would no longer be invited into his house.
You still want to do literally?
Well, I don't know. I wanted to do all those other things, and then we did cringe. So
that was on you.
No, I know it was on me. That's
you leaned hard into it too.
Yeah,
you're like, that is cringe.
That is.
I was like,
absolutely not how that went at all.
By the way, I was winking when that was happening.
Yeah, that's one of the things he was doing when that was happening.
Hey, you do a pretty good impression of me.